Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer with your casual consumer's review. This shoe from Adidas could be regarded as one of the more underrated models of the NMD. For this particular silhouette, it's the second to carry the name Black Boost. I have done a review back last year September 2016 of the first Black Boost of this particular line of NMD. But today, I have the Adidas Nomad XR1 Primeknit Triple Black 2.0, short for the Adidas NMD XR1 PK Triple Black 2.0 that I have here for a review. Technically, it cannot be regarded as triple black because there is some coloring at the back of this shoe, but for consistency, I will call it triple black because they painted the Boost black with a dominantly black upper. Chances of coming across a Primeknit version of the NMD XR1s in Canada is pretty low. I honestly do not remember the last XR1 that launched in Canada was with a Primeknit upper, as the only thing I do recall of the XR1s that launched last time were the mesh upper duck camo ones. I was actually able to buy this one online at Adidas Canada with only 5 pairs available for this size, so I was pretty lucky and stoked to get them. However, it was also sold at Footaction on the first day that it opened at Eaton Centre of Toronto, but I passed on those as I have already bought this pair online. Now let's take a closer look at these NMD XR1 Triple Black 2.0s. Design-wise, the overall visuals have not changed that much besides the patterning on the upper. But before we discuss that part of the shoe, the upper is made out of Primeknit, Adidas' top-of-the-line knitting technology that provides a sock-like fit, wrapping around the foot to deliver the adaptive support and ultra-light comfort. Primeknit is known for its stretchiness, breathability, and softness. As you can see here, the flexibility is quite high, so it will expand easily with your feet while you're wearing them. The knit is dominantly black with an engineered stripe pattern on the upper, reminiscent of the same pattern found on the first pair of the NMD R2s. The stripes do not sit flush on the upper, but rather rises up to give some depth and an organized, clean look, whereas on the first Triple Black XR1s, it had a gray pinstripe pattern all over the shoe. On the lateral side of this sneaker, one of the signature aesthetics of these XR1s is the caging system. On the lateral side, you will see a nylon netted TPU quarter panel in the middle, while on the medial side, it's just a large plastic panel. The flat black laces that came with this shoe is threaded through the lace holes on this cage. So when you do tighten up the laces, the plastic panel will lock up and tighten at the side of your feet. Because the shoe is a one-piece upper, the tongue does become one with the fabric. It was designed to sit high and rounded in front of the ankles, with an Adidas Trefoil branding synthetic leather patch stitched on the top of this tongue. For your information, this same patch on the first Triple Black XR1 was made out of suede instead. Now looking at the midsole, one of the more special feature of this shoe is the blacked out Boost cushioning. Boost is Adidas' most responsive cushioning ever made, famous for the feeling of walking on soft pillows. The base color of Boost is white, but to increase variations, Adidas have started to paint the Boost for us like on this model, but the downside of that is the price, as the shoe becomes around $20 more expensive than general models with white Boost. Looking at this same Boost midsole, because it's an NMD, you will see the signature EVA plugs at the side, but for the XR1s, the front block on the lateral side is embedded into the Boost, sitting flush against it. The back blocks on the lateral and medial side is the same as every version 1 NMD that protrudes out, rumored to give stability to the shoe, so it does minimize the squishiness of the Boost material, making the shoe less bouncy when compared to many full-length Boost shoes without these plugs. At the back of the shoes, you will see the iconic pull tab found on all NMDs. Every pair comes with different strips of pull tabs that reads the brand with the 3 stripes in either English, French, German, or Japanese. The text, as you can see, is in red, whereas the stitching on the side is also in orange. So this is why it's not really triple black, because there is some color at this heel area. Also, this pull tab is threaded through a synthetic leathery cuff that you can pull downwards for a different look. Inside the shoe, there is absolutely no cushioning around the lining of this sneaker, so your heel will brush against the soft Primeknit upper without any heel cushioning. Visually, the internal lining does look plush, making it seem like there's some thickness inside, but in hand when I squeeze the knit, it actually feels normal and thin like normal Primeknit. Again, NMDs do not come with removable insoles, and it's not any different on this XR1. And just like all the other NMD, this shoe comes with a piece of felt layer that separates our feet from the Boost midsole, in the strange color choice of brown. Flipping over the shoe, the outsole is the same rubber compound found on all NMD, with the same rubber outsole with hexagonal boost windows for the boost to expand and contract. also providing whatever additional traction and durability it can give to the shoe. Also, like on all NMD, at the midfoot area of this outsole, there is a plastic rectangular piece with more Adidas logo and slogans to show off their branding. Anyways, here are some Adidas NMD XR1 Primeknit Triple Black 2.0 fit footage. Fit wise, I personally buy XR1 PKs at my true to size even though I have wide feet. A lot of narrow footers actually buy this shoe at their true size, I heard, because the cage does make the shoe tighter and thus making it narrower. But generally, I do have to agree that the XR1s do fit a bit narrower than standard NMDs after experiencing the fit of these shoes, so downsize XR1s at your discretion. Comfort wise, it feels exactly like any NMD. Even though it has boost, there is practically no compression, especially when you compare them to many of the full-length boost shoes that have dropped within the past year. Not a lot of people like the XR1s as well because it doesn't have the same loose and free feeling like on other Primeknit NMDs, so I do feel like the XR1s are the underdogs of the Primeknit NMD line. So unless you really like a particular silhouette of the XR1, and after trying on so many different variations of Boost sneakers myself, based on the cushioning comfort alone, it's really difficult to recommend these straight off the bat to new sneakerheads, as there's so many more comfortable options available in the market right now. Comparing both the XR1 Triple Blacks, truthfully speaking, I actually like this 2.0 version than my first Triple Black XR1s, even though technically this 2.0 is not Triple Black. But looking at both versions side by side, this 2.0 upper is actually darker than the first XR1 Black Boost, as the pinstripe pattern on the first version is very apparent and light in color. I'm sorry to say this, but the color scheme on this 2.0 Black Boost sort of reminds me of the Yeezy V1 Pirate Blacks with the subtle gray stripe upper and red shading at the back. Price wise, these retailed at $190 Canadian before tax, $10 more than the first Triple Black XR1 that came out last year. Probably increased in pricing because of the market fluctuation in Canada, as everything up here is starting to get expensive. As always, throw me some likes if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments if you have an XR1 model in your collection as well, or you don't think the XR1s were ever appealing to you. That's it for today, S2W signing off.